Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. What are we taking a look at today? Well, I am so in love with this knife. You guys, this is the Finch Tikuna. Now, these do go for, pardon me, $149. But for what you get, that's a great price. You really can't go wrong with Finches. I have loved every Finch that I have had in hand, in pocket. And we're going to be taking a look at another one probably later in the week. This week, next week, I'm not really sure when it's going to post. I haven't decided yet. But go get one. Absolutely. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this comes in the Raven Black, the Military Blue, the Safety Orange, and the OD Green. It is a 154 cm blade with this beautiful black finish and a flat grind. Man, you guys, these come out of the box just screaming sharp. I absolutely love that. This is a liner lock, and your lockup on this is about 40%. Not bad at all. It does come beautifully centered, if you can see that. Absolutely beautifully centered. I love the way they have done their scales. I love the milling on it. It has just, I don't know, it has a dressy pattern, kind of. I don't know what you want to call it, but I do really like that. I love that the pivot is black and it has a little splash of silver there with that silver pivot collar. That is very, very nice. I like that the liners, your liners are going to be black on this. So you kind of have an all blacked out blade. Or should I say knife? Completely. Except for the little pop of color on the Finch shield there. And that little pop of color on that pivot collar. Very, very nice. I am loving it. Your backspacer is also going to be a G10 backspacer. This is not a knife that you're going to put on a lanyard. Now, for my lefties out there, I am sorry, I've been doing a lot of right-hand carries only, and this is no exception. This is also a right-hand carry only. Tip up. Absolutely fabulous. This little thing has some weight to it. I love that, but let's go over some of the specs. That's what I'm looking for, the specs. You are going to get a 3-inch blade with this, and your cutting edge is going to be 3 inches. Yes, I love that. That's absolutely wonderful. Your handle length is going to be 4 inches, which is going to give you an overall length of 7 inches, because 4 plus 3 is 7. You like that? Your total weight on this, now, I would say, like I said, I consider this to be a smaller knife with a bigger knife feel. And those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I mean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a chunky little knife, for lack of better wording, that feels bigger. So it's got a really good feel to it. It's just under 4 ounces. It's 3.95 ounces. So you definitely know you have it in hand because of the size being small. It does feel really good at that weight. Let's take a look at it next to the Rat 2. So as I always said, I consider this to be a small to medium sized knife, medium. So we are going to call this also a medium sized knife. Let's also take a look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out, which I also consider to be medium. So you see, we are still in the same category there. And let's take a look at it next to the Rat 1. That is a large size knife. This is definitely a medium size knife. Therapeutic Edge is laughing at me over there. You guys, I really love the clip on this. So you have a very nice, it's titanium, by the way. It has fantastic retention to it. Now the clip has just enough, you know, it's kind of got that pointed triangular, but it's just enough tension where it is not going to fall out of your pocket. It's going to stay there. I love that. I love that it's very low profile. This is a clip that is not a hot point in hand at all. In fact, on this one, I actually don't even really notice it at all. And I love that. This has been phenomenal in cutting. Mostly, again, I did paper. I did a lot of cardboard with it. It is still just as sharp as it was when it came out of the box. It doesn't need to be stropped. It doesn't need to be sharpened. It is absolutely fabulous. And it's a great little fidget knife. I love that the jimping on both sides of the tab here, the flipper tab, not that you necessarily need it, but it gives you the jimping on the underside, which is really nice because it's always nice to have a little jimping on there. You don't have much of a, some of your flipper tabs come out and they protrude a little bit more, which is nice because it kind of gives you more of a finger guard. This doesn't have it. So I do love the fact that they put the jimping on there in place of that, so you really don't feel like you're going to slip off of it. This is a knife that I would tend to choke up on a little more because of the size and because it gives me the jimping, which allows me to do that on both areas. As I said, the underside, which is the back of the flipper tab, and also on the back of the blade. And that allows me to choke up on it a little bit more and feel comfortable holding it without any kind of a finger guard there. This has just been a phenomenal knife all around. The lockup on it has been great. The detent has been wonderful on this. It's not one that's going to drop really easily. It is pretty smooth, but yeah, with a few shakes, you can get it to drop down and shut. Not bad, in my opinion, at all. I am really, really loving this. Of course, I am a huge fan of Finch products, so I have not been disappointed with one yet. That's kind of a huge plus in my book. I like that it's kind of a sleek look to it. It doesn't have a lot of the screws, so, it's very clean looking. Is kind of what I'm looking for. It's very clean. This could also be very dressy. This would be a good little dress knife to carry around because of the fact that you have the whole blacked out color on it. And that little bit of pop from the silver from the, as I said, from the shield on their logo and also on the pivot collar. So definitely dressy. I really do like that. And again, the milling on that. The milling kind of gives it that little bit of a dress look to it also. All right, you guys, this has been a look at the fabulous Finch Tikuna. It does go for $149, as I did say. I will leave a link to their website down in the description area. If you have a chance to pick one of these up, I would highly, highly recommend it. They are absolutely fabulous knives. Do me a favor, you guys, hit that like button on the way out. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here all the time. And as always, feel free to leave me any questions or comments down in the comments section. I love talking to you. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, have a good one.